Another Monday, heading off to the bus. Feels pretty sticky and warm in the house. A little bit out here, a bit of a breeze. But yeah, it's warm weather. Didn't have the aircon on though. Only had it twice last week, and haven't had it on since. So that's good. I got some work done on my my garden bed, raised garden bed. I think it's working out okay. I got my cousin's other half gave me a clue about how I should construct it, and I think he's on the money with it. So get that thing finished fairly soon, because I've got so much refuse around the house from palm fronds and the like. It's just come in a deluge the last week or so. So got a lot of stuff to do there. Whew. Yeah, it just feels oppressive at the moment. I don't know, because I'm on meds, I may be affected a bit more. I've got a sort of prickly heat type feeling with my chest and what have you, and itchiness and that. So I see all the skin irritations and things, and again, it could be caused by crap I'm putting in my body. So, but yeah, so I've got to go down to Cairns again. Not my favourite task, but that's okay. Well, at least it's not raining, I guess. That will come. Yeah, it's going to be, I think we're going to have a wet summer, but we'll see. It's been incredibly dry the last few weeks. We haven't had any rain at all. It's been quite amazing. But I don't know if that's going to continue. I think probably November, December, we might start seeing a bit of moisture. We'll see. In a way, rain helps though, clears out the place. It would cool it down a bit. And that's probably why it feels a bit hotter, because it just hasn't been a break in the weather. It's just been continually warm and sunny. And it just builds up and up and up. And yeah, I can't hack being outside too long, to be honest, at the moment, especially around midday. Pretty oppressive. Should go and have a walk down to the beach. It is nicer down there with the breeze. So maybe the Savo, I keep saying that, I never do it, but especially during the week, it's really quiet. So it's a good thing. I think that's the bus probably coming now. So that's on time. No, it's not. Yes it is. There you go. Yeah, I know the sound of the bus by now. Okay. No fellow travellers today. Just me getting on. Oh boy. Yeah, my energy levels. It's a struggle just to walk up here. It's pathetic. And the sun coming out, that's got a kick to it. I'll be looking forward to getting into an air-conditioned environment. Even the bus will be better than being outside. The fastest trips I've had down here by bus. So, pretty good, because I've got to see the quack. So I get in slightly earlier today, so that works out fairly well. Doesn't feel quite as oppressive outside as it did when I got on the bus. Certainly cool inside the bus, but yeah, when I'm heading home after midday, it'll be pretty steamy and hot, I imagine, but we'll see. I got the 110 here, and it was absolutely packed out, and I would say nearly 90% tourists, and it actually got beaten by the 111, which came after it. So that was actually parked when this one arrived. And of course they were loud. It's not like, you know, in a way the 110's a faster bus to catch, but it can be a pain because it really is the tourist bus. And it does get really packed out, more than the 111. So even though the 111 takes a long time to get me back home, at least it doesn't get so crowded. So that's good. So, yeah, a bit blustery today. So it might get some rain, you never know. Anyway, no pressure now. I've got plenty of time before the bus turns up. And also I noticed that the 1 litre bottles of green oil gin, they've actually put the bloody price up. When they were 53, the one I bought, that was a good price. Definitely cheaper than buying the 700ml bottle per litre that is, or per 100 litres. But now they've bumped the price up to about 59, which probably makes it uncompetitive with the 700ml one, which is crazy. But companies do this all the time. I think they're trying to deceive the consumer, because the consumer naturally thinks a larger quantity is going to be cheaper per 100ml, but it's not necessarily the case. So they can take profit that way. It's a bit sneaky, but that's business. They've got a flat tray truck in their carport area. Haven't seen that there before. And I'm not heading to the bus today. I'm not heading to the beach house. I'm just heading down to the actual beach, which is something I've been telling myself I should do on a regular basis since I bought this place here. But I very rarely do. I don't think I've been down there for 2.5, 3 months, which is pretty crazy. So, pull my finger out today and actually do it. Got a call from my plumber regarding getting a new loo and getting kitchen renovations done and what have you. Reckons he's talked to a couple of builders, and there's a 12-month delay getting renovations done on kitchens at the moment. That's that much demand for it, so that's frustrating. Bathrooms can be done a little sooner, but who knows what time frame that is. So it's a bit frustrating if you want to get sort of work done in your house. It's just the demand's crazy. And they say we're heading towards a recession, so you'd think that should help. That sort of thing should reduce demand, but maybe not. It doesn't appear to be waning. So anyway, just head down to the beach, get a bit of sand beneath my feet, justify the fact I bought a place near the beach, and get a little bit of exercise as well. Haven't hit the e-bike for a while either. Last Sunday I think, so I haven't really used it much. Been feeling pretty lazy. Had a few things I want to do in the last couple of days and I haven't done anything, so at least I'm doing a tiny task here. But yeah, there's quite a few things around the house I should be doing. I don't know. Whew. It doesn't feel super hot today. It's just warm. It's not too bad. Good day to... I guess the bus. Every time I walk, I think the bus is coming every 5 minutes. The number of times I encounter it. It's extraordinary. There's the voice studio to the left. Another block down the road and we'll be on the beach road beyond Kewarra Street. Surprising, the beach is actually getting used by people. It's very unusual. The tide's out quite a bit. See how far out that is. There's a few people on the beach. Thought it was my private little getaway. There you go. Well, look at this. It's I can't pick the tides around here. It's a little earlier in the day. It's about 20 past, maybe 3:30. Maybe they're coming in now because usually walk a little later than this, and the tides would be a bit further in. So anyway, it's got that welcome sea breeze, so that's nice. It's going to be a godsend over summer. It's just a matter of me getting my lazy ass down here regularly. There was a kid on an e-scooter on the footpath down there. It's a very wide footpath, be perfect for bike riding. Still haven't done that. But I mean, I can even ride my old manual bike down this far. I think that wouldn't spend too much energy. It's about the length of the trip I can handle on the old bike, I think. Yeah, still got to put that bloody raised garden bed together. I should get off my ass and do that. Because I've been very lazy the last couple of days. It's quite a strong southerly breeze up my back. Very, very refreshing. Which is not going to affect the audio much either, because it's actually facing the opposite way, so it's good. I know what I won't see here, and that'll be progress on the link, the bike trail link between Kewarra and Clifton Beach. That's just not going to happen for a long time. So, not going to hold my breath on that one. Kewarra use so much recreation, so it's a bit of a change. Straight Wednesday, big day. A lot of people out here. It's the most I've ever seen, especially during a weekday. Yeah, we should have a volleyball net set up there. I reckon that would be a good idea at this beach. One of these days, maybe. Yeah, can't see any sign of the trail being built. I'll get my sandals back on and just have a look. No sign of the bike trail being built. So that's no great surprise. Could be some progress taking place on the other side of the deep creek, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. They're taking so long just to do Miami. Who knows how long it's going to take for the bike trail. Walk, it's the third time I've seen the bus because it crosses both roads. I might catch it once more, might make it 4. It'd be quite extraordinary. Such a short period of time. I see Australia Post down here again. There must be a collection box there. Whew. Must be school holidays too. There's just way too many kids here for. That would explain why it's so populated down there. You know, you don't see that many kids running around at this time. Mind you, I'm here a little early. It might be just after the school's finished. They tend to finish pretty early up here. So that is possible, but I think it's more likely it's school holidays because there are people already down the beach playing ball games and stuff. So, and they're mainly younger age groups. So, whew. No breeze now. It's only in the vicinity of the actual beach itself. And I don't think I'll come across the bus again. It's had enough time to do the circle. So, pretty amazing to catch bumping into the bus 3 times though. It's Murphy's Law. They're never there when you actually want to catch the bus. That's where it's difficult. But when you're just having a casual walk, they seem to be flooding the roads. I mean, there's very little traffic here apart from the buses. It's Sunday. Not a bad day. Going to be another 30-degree day, excuse me. And heading up to Liquorland. I was contemplating taking the e-bike all the way up to Clifton Beach Shopping Centre, but decided against it because, well, something unexpected happened this morning. We lost power just before 8 o'clock for about an hour or so. So that sort of threw my schedule out a little bit. And I was planning on, if I was going to ride the bike up there, I'd be doing it around now or even earlier. and I just couldn't be bothered. There's a lot of hassles taking the bike out because I've got to remove the battery and chain it up and all that sort of stuff. So I haven't ridden the e-bike for a week. The charge on it's okay. That's holding up really well. But the plan was to use it every day, but to get a bit of exercise. But I've just been so lazy. I have to really force myself to get out and about and do it. Now, I don't know if it's the medications make me feel the heat more than I usually do. It doesn't feel unpleasantly hot now, but if I'm on a bike, it wouldn't take long to work up a sweat. Walking's okay, but you know, bike riding's a different level, even on an e-bike. I mean, I'd like to get a bit of exercise on the bike. I suppose I could up the pedal assist. I'll just, they've still got that port on special, which is an amazing. It's been $7 for the Wolf Blast port for in excess of a month, so it's great. So, and that's all the pre-inflation price, $7. That's a very good price. So, still got a bit of my home brew left too. I haven't had that for a while. And I've got to pick up another litre of gin, so I certainly won't have any problems with booze. I had 2 alcohol-free days, which is good. Get sick of drinking every day, that's for sure. Makes you appreciate it when you don't do it all the time, I think. Yeah, the e-bike thing may have been, it's an experiment. I don't know if it's going to work for me the way I am at the moment. Maybe if I'd done it last year, get more out of it, but we'll see. I won't give up on it, that's for sure. I mean, the bike seems to run okay. I will just play it by ear, I guess. But yes, my first power failure since being here, so I think it's about, gee, I've been in this house now almost 18 months when I think about it, so could be another 2% interest rate increase before this round of increases is over, because inflation is very persistent. I mean, it's not surprising when you've got governments just spending like crazy. Is it any wonder that we've, you know, after the COVID amount of money spent, and then they haven't really learnt their lesson. I mean, the Queensland government is providing relief for electricity bills. I think, what was it, a couple of $100, maybe $300 worth. Now that money doesn't come out of thin air. That's money they borrow to pay to us as short-term relief, but it's got to be paid back. So, and it's going to be inflationary. So, I just don't understand. I think these people don't understand basic economics, and democratic governments are very weak. They always bend to the crowd, the noisy crowd, always asking for more money, handouts. And unfortunately, those days are past us for the time being. We've got to get a bit more realistic about our situation, and we need to get the inflation under control, because that just does damage to everybody. And if governments have a slack fiscal approach, then the interest rates will have to go even higher, and that's going to cause more damage. So it's just, there's no quick solution to this. You're going to have to basically just hunker down and make some tough decisions, take a hit in living standards, which we're all doing because we're all paying more for our food. So yeah, that's the reality of it, unfortunately. It's tough times. Certainly not going to see a resolution to the conflict in the Ukraine the way things are going. If anything, could be escalating. But my tip is that Putin's overplayed his hand, and I think he'll be out in his arse, probably through internal movements, knives coming out. and his legacy will be a much poorer Russia. Fingers crossed we can avoid nuclear escalation. That would be bad for everybody, but unfortunately I don't think Vlad really cares that much. He's got this imperialistic dream of a greater Russia, and the irony is everything he's doing is making Russia weaker and more insignificant and hated globally. So yeah, as a diplomatic effort, a total fail. It reminds me of what the Chinese did with the likes of Australia, just totally alienating us because of their belligerent diplomatic stance towards us. It hasn't done them any good, because both of those countries have got major internal problems, and on top of problems with just manpower and what have you, they've got a demographic time bomb. They both have very low number of productive people in their population, and they are shrinking, especially in the case of China. Projections are that I think 2050 the Chinese population could be down to 650 mil. So that's like more than a halving of the population, simply because there aren't enough people at childbearing age to keep the population growing. It's an aging population. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's overpopulated anyway. I mean, 650 million is still a lot of people, but it's certainly going to affect them as far as their global influence is concerned. And they've also, both Russia and China are moving more towards the hardline socialist type policies that basically hindered them for so long. So that's again going to seal their fate in the long term unless they turn that around. I can't see it happening in Russia for a while because, well, I just think that authoritarianism there is entrenched, and they're their own worst enemies. People do make the observation, though, if you look at the maps of the Far East, the border between Russia and China, you look at the Chinese land, it's all cultivated. And on the Russian side, just across the border, it's just wilderness. And that's Russia for you. They're not exploiting their land to the same extent of Chinese. Again, you could say that that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's an over-exploitation of land in China for the fact they've got to feed so many people. But they are productive. The average Chinese is quite a hard worker and quite productive, and it's a tragedy that they've been so poorly led. You know, a lot of these Asian countries should be leading the world in their standards of living and income and what have you, but they're being held back by bad political decisions. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.